Inner beauty positively affects every sector of a person's life. Rip this world's standard of beauty out of your mind and out of your heart and out of your soul. Physical beauty can be easily spoiled, and it cannot make up for character deficiencies. Your value was built into you. Your value is something that no man, no woman, no situation can touch. The only person that can allow you to lose sight of your value. I want to send a message to the young ladies. And I have kind of a few points that I just think that God wants to convey to you at this point in your life. The first thing I wanted to tell you is that God did not create you to base your self-worth, not even in part, not even the least bit, off of what some guy thinks of you. I'm going to say that again. God did not create you, the beautiful being that you are, the spirit that you have within you, the heart that you have, the love that you have to share. God did not create you for you to then base your self-worth, your potential, your looks, anything. He did not create you to base your value on what some man thinks of you. If you're in a position now where you are allowing the opinion or the inactions or the rejection or the betrayal or the opinions of a man or of any person in that matter, but especially of a man that you maybe be in relationship with or were in relationship with or are longing for, God did not create you to base any portion of your value in any area of your life on what that or those men think of you, or if they accept you, or if they desire you. He does not want you placing any of your value within any of those things, because your value, he placed within you before you ever saw the light of day on this earth. Your value should only be based in the fact that you understand that God himself created you before any person, including your parents, laid eyes on you. He created you in your purpose far before you even knew yourself. And one of the most tragic things that we do in this life is allowing other people to have a say-so or to have an effect on our understanding of our infinite value. Listen, your value was built into you. Your value is something that no man, no woman, no situation can touch. The only person that can allow you to lose sight of your value is you. And today I want to tell you that if you've allowed yourself to slip into a place where, or I'm not even going to say allowed yourself, but if by some chance you have found yourself in a place of low self-esteem, sadness, or depression because of rejection, or feeling unwanted or undesired or undesirable, my prayer for you is that today will be the foundation day of your change in how you view yourself. And I hope this day will be the foundation day of you taking whatever power you've given to another human being to decide that you're valuable, to decide whether you're desirable, to decide if you're worthy of love and friendship and camaraderie, because they have nothing to do with it. Here's the bottom line. God created you fearfully and wonderfully. He created you, his own creation. He adores you. He loves you. He put you on this earth with a purpose, and that purpose is not contingent on anyone else. The love he has for you is not contingent on anyone else. The heart that he gave you, the beauty. And here's another thing. Let me back up, because when I talk about beauty, I hope today will also be the day that you rip this world's standard of beauty out of your mind and out of your heart and out of your soul. I pray that you will rip that away, and that you will begin to put to the back of your mind and the back of your life and the trash receptacle of your life, the viewpoint that the world decides what is beautiful. No, God decides what's beautiful. And he 1000% wants you to understand that you are beautiful. And it has nothing to do with what people view as beautiful. God has an inward standard. God has an inward standard. He doesn't have an outward standard. He said to the people in the Old Testament, in the Bible, because they coveted physical beauty, physical looks, what they saw on the outside. And because of that, their selection would be like King Saul, who the Bible said was head and shoulders above other men, who was physically what men and women see as a standard of attraction. And so whoever you see that as in your life, or whatever pop culture puts in front of us and says this is the most beautiful person on the world, or whatever the case may be, I want you to rip that idol out of your heart today. And I want you to know that the creator of you, the creator of me, the creator of every person who walks this earth has an inward standard of beauty. And if you ever notice that outward beauty is something that can be positively affected by inward beauty, right? And it can be negatively affected by inward decay or inward ugliness. Like a bad attitude or a mean spirit can affect your view of somebody on the outside. So it's important that you know that inner beauty positively affects every sector of a person's life, whether it be their physical looks, whether it be how they feel physically, whether it be how people feel about them, whether it be the opportunities that come to them, whether it's the respect that people have for them. Inner beauty is a thing that will never fade and will always continue to bolster you in every area of your life. A human's view on physical beauty can never be enough to cover an ugly heart, an ugly attitude, a selfish spirit, a spirit of arrogance or condescension. Beauty cannot cover that. And any person who has lived long enough will know that physical beauty can be easily spoiled. It can be easily soured, and it cannot make up for character deficiencies. I want you to take away that idol of physical beauty in your heart, and I want you to start to physically appreciate everything about yourself just the way that God made it. Your hair, just the way God made it. Your skin, just the way God made it. Your voice, just the way God made it. Learn to love and appreciate it. Your accent, learn to love and appreciate it. Your quirkiness, your natural personality traits, learn to love and appreciate yourself just the way that God made you to be. Take the power back of allowing your self-worth to be tied up in any other person. It's fine to love and admire people. It's fine to have a desire to feel wanted and to need to work on some areas of your life and your self-esteem. We all have deficiencies that we need to work on. But what I want you to no longer accept in your life starting today is allowing any other person to decide if you're lovable, any other person to decide if you're beautiful. Stop allowing any other person to decide if you're worthy of love or if you're valuable, because God already decided that, and that's confirmed. Let me end this by saying I'm not trying to absolve myself or anyone else, including you, of the fact that there are probably areas in your life that you need to improve on and things you need to get better at. And that sometimes you and I are the problem in situations or relationships, things of that nature. But what I am saying is I want you to stop viewing your physical self, your natural self, the person who God created you to be. I want you to stop viewing that in a way that says you're anything less than beautiful, you're anything less than valuable, you're anything less than loved and adored by God and also the people who God placed in your life and will place around you based on who he made you to be. On today, know that you're loved, know that you're beautiful, know that God made you with perfection. Just know that you are sufficient the way God made you. And when I say sufficient, I'm not giving the cliche like, hey, I'm enough, you are enough. Sometimes we are not enough in that we need to work on parts of us to become better. But we are enough in the fact that whatever God created us physically to be, the mind he gave us, what people see, who we are when we're not faking, accept that as it is. Grow every day. Look yourself in the mirror. Everything that you see about yourself that you may not be fond of, look yourself in the mirror and stare and examine and learn to admire and speak to yourself in such a way that you come to appreciate yourself in the way that God already made, loves, and appreciates you. That's all I have for today. I'm going to catch you in the next video. But until then, I'm gone.